So today we'll be taking a look at a scenario where Italy formed an empire. Now, similar to Germany, Italy had a couple more empires, but in recent times not so many, so we'll be taking a look at a scenario where they would try to form a new empire in 2025. So just like last time, they will be represented by color red, and we'll go right in the first country they will invade. So Italy's first target will be Albania, but it's a Balkan country. So we are left with huge war. We'll end up with Kosovo on Albania's side, the same with Bosnia. But now Italy will recruit some allies, such as Greece and Serbia. And also alongside Serbia will come Montenegro. So now let's get to the fighting. So pretty obviously Italy will be the one to start with the upper hand, with them landing on the coast of Albania, and I don't know why Montenegro is colored like that, it shouldn't be. But anyway, back on the battlefront, they will advance slowly but surely. Montenegro will make some pushes into Albania, same with Greece, which is very helpful. Greece is a pretty strong country. They push right into here. Now Serbia will take its anger on Kosovo, quickly destroying it and taking everything. And now we are left with Bosnia, and you guessed it, they will first of all get invaded, second of all fall into a civil war with the Republika Srpska. They are unstable, but Bosnia has a trick up its sleeve, and that's Croatia and the strongest country in the world, Slovenia. Bam! The strongest country in the world. But also for some reason Macedonia and Bulgaria, which is pretty worrying. They are a little worried, but then someone will make an entrance that will basically save the red team. Big boss Romania. Here on the Bosnian front, Bosnia is lost, let's be fair, they ain't surviving with all this. And also Croatia isn't of much help, but they will occupy these few little remains of Bosnia because their government passed away. And Slovenia, I'm sorry buddy, I don't know why you even joined this war. They take the funny peninsula of Croatia and then just take the rest of Slovenia because free land, free real estate. They go and grab Zagreb, I think that's how you pronounce their capital, and then cut Croatia into two. They will be successful in making some pushbacks into Bosnia. They retake their lands in here and almost gets to Montenegro. But let's be fair, they are not winning. They cut right here and also cut the Croatian forces into two. From here, all these forces are trapped. They don't get supplies from the main government, which basically abandoned them. And the upper portion of Croatia gets cut off. They also are invaded through Serbia, and now the rest of Croatia and Bosnia fall. Shout out to Macedonia for making a huge pushback into Albania and Kosovo, really liberating a lot of these countries. They even managed to go a little bit into Serbia, going around their coast with help from Bulgaria. I mean, at the end of the day, they even make some pushbacks into Greece, into the actual Macedonian region, and is threatening Greece and is threatening to cut them away into two. But Bulgaria is very unlucky against Romania. I mean, Romania is the greatest country of all time and the strongest, let's be fair. You know I love this country just from my profile picture. I love this country, it's my home country. But they go right in, and to be fair, even in real life Romania would win. It's just stronger than Bulgaria. And you know, Macedonia without their Bulgarian help, they are pretty lost, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Macedonia, but you had to fail. You know, you just couldn't win against all this. Just, I mean, it's fine. Your time will come one day for a Macedonian empire. But now they are invaded on all sides. They are just destroyed from the north and the south. Now Romanian forces capture Sofia, Bulgaria's capital, while Greece advances into Thrace. Bulgaria is cut on all sides, and from here is just this little portion which will surrender. Basically, the Third Balkan War will be won by the red side with Italy, Romania, Serbia, Montenegro, and Greece. Now, Turkey is a little sour about this. They hoped to win. They hoped for the blue side to win, but they didn't get involved, and with countries like these, they just couldn't win. So now let's take a look at the peace treaty. So as you can see, the Third Balkan War concluded, and these are the new borders of the Balkans, and I swear I'll get cancelled over this, but Italy got a lot of land, they got a lot of this Adriatic Sea coast, and most of Albania, which is why they invaded in the first place, and now they are happy. Coming to Montenegro, they got very big. They took a lot of Croatia and Bosnia and the northern parts of Albania. Serbia basically reformed Yugoslavia. They took basically the remains of Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia. They truly annexed Kosovo and took the northern parts of Macedonia, with the rest now going to Greece with the southern portions of Bulgaria. And now to the best country in the world. They reclaimed their World War II claims. They reclaimed their World War II territories from Bulgaria, and also Bulgaria got crumbled, with also them losing a bit of land to Turkey, which was in an ultimatum. Basically, they told Bulgaria, give me this or else I'll take your entire nation, or maybe your entire coast. So with this, Bulgaria is sad. Let me make a memorial for them. RIP Bulgaria, 1908, 2025, they passed away. Haha, you get it, they passed away because Italy. Yeah, very funny. Now laugh. Now Italy will not ditch the Balkans because now they will go after Montenegro. But now, you know, they fought a war together, and now people don't really look at Italy as a worthy and loyal ally. So Greece will help them. But now you might be asking, why does Serbia and Romania not join a war and they do not help? First of all, Romania does not even border Kosovo, they really couldn't care less. And Serbia is gonna do something funny. Along with Romania, Serbia and Romania will make an alliance, the Balkan Pact. And ignore the blue collar, they do not do anything in this war. But now let's get to the fighting. Now with no other countries to intervene, this will go a lot easier for Italy. They will smash right through this land with no issues. This is a super easy invasion. They were a little cut off by Greece, they were a little surprised, but still they really can't fight. And ignore this Greek island being colored in the alliance color because that's not happening. But they will cut right through here to their new lands. Greece really didn't even assimilate this land. They will push back here because not that many Italian troops were here, and they actually go pretty successful. They go to the border, but that's about it. Because now the Italians are coming. They got right through here. They sweep across this area very rapidly, taking a lot of the Greek land. And at one point Turkey gets involved and takes the rest of this land, and it's now kind of starting to threaten the Italians, like, hey, leave the Balkans alone or we might have a second Italian-Turkish war. But Italy will laugh right in their face as they continue their invasion, and now Greece morale is at an all-time low. They are cut right here. A landing is made into their peninsula. Sparta is taken, and then Crete is taken. They even take this island, ignore the colors. And now the last Greek forces flew to Crete, where they passed away. You get it, passed away. Italy won the second war, and now let's see the peace treaty to this one. So now, as you can see, the second war of Italy and basically the fourth Balkan war, even if it wasn't that big of a war, was won by the Italians and also sort of the Turkish. Now Italy annexed the entire Montenegro, pretty good for them, and they took a huge chunk of Greece. They took a lot, but Turkey surprisingly got a lot of it, even though they didn't invade that much. But you know, they were kind of awarded this piece of land. But instead now Italy and Turkey will put their differences aside and sign some economic amends. And now we have kind of like a semi trade treaty between Italy and Turkey, and now they are no longer hostile to each other and now they are friendly. So with this, Turkey will very happily go right down into the Mediterranean, where they will happily split Cyprus between them and the Turkish. So now Cyprus is split, the northern part goes officially to Turkey and the southern part to Italy. Now Italy took everything they wanted in the east, and now they will go to the west, where they will recruit another new ally, being the previous loser in the last video, Germany. So now Italy and Germany will commonly declare war on the Benelux and France. In case you watched my last video, which most of you didn't, shame on you. This seems very unfair, because in the last video Germany lost, even though they were basically the main character of the video. But now with Italy being on their side, they are way more prepared, and this time they are doing great. And now, last episode France was the one who preemptively attacked Germany, but now they are the ones to get striked. So Italy will sweep across this area of France and take Corsica, because you know, there's an advantage for Italy to take Corsica even in real life. But now we are gonna go into the north with Germany doing something, and this time will be way better than last episode. They will actually win. They will quickly take the Netherlands and northern Belgium. From here move across Wallonia, I think it's called, this region, then into Flanders, take Luxembourg, and just like in the days of World War II and World War I, they will go through the north trying to capture Paris. And again, with Italy now being on their side, they will finally manage to win, even though, you know, in the last episode Germany had a lot of land and they were strong. But you know, now Italy is stronger than Germany right before they fought the Benelux in the last episode, so they will have the upper hand. Italy, as it sees that it's very close to Germany, will move through here and cut off France from Switzerland. From here continue their push, and now Germany will do a huge sweep across this area. Like, France is getting clapped. They lost Paris, they lost all their morale. They keep moving southern. The Italians move here and take the French coast, which makes France French toast, and France will surrender like it always does, except for the last video. So now the peace treaty. Okay, alright, now Germany got redemption for the last video and Italy is booming. So as you can see, Italy took a lot of southern France and they even got this puppet right here. And as for Germany, they took the Benelux and the northern portion of France plus a Brittany puppet state, and this helps both countries a lot. And now Italy has one last target, and that's Spain. Okay, so this is a super unfair battle for Spain. They are up against like the newest rising country in Europe, Italy, and also Germans are sending troops, and they are also supported by Portugal, which will make a joint operation with them. So let's see how Spain crumbles. You know, I just love seeing countries crumble sometimes, and this is the case for Spain because they already have a lot of instability in Catalonia. That region will quickly fall. Also, they will take these islands of Spain, not that much though. Portugal will quickly move into Galicia, taking that area away from Spain, also having a lot of instability. And now I'm starting to think like Spain is a super unstable country. They get cut from the coast and now they are sweeping across down south. Now Portugal will move from its border, taking a lot of land there, and along with Italy they are just undefeatable. And really Spain saw this coming, but they thought they were gonna go for Africa first for some reason, which makes sense, as you know there are countries like Tunisia which could help Italy a lot in taking. Same with Libya, there's literally their old colony. Maybe they could go into Algeria, maybe satisfy the French, but they decided that they want Spain, and Spain will be what they take for today. For now, expansion is on their menu, and expansion into Europe. They take Madrid, and Spain is done for. They should just surrender, which is exactly what they do. The last country that was standing against Spain fell, and now let's see the one final peace treaty to complete the Italian Empire. And now, as you can see, the last Italian war was a success. Going over to Iberia, Italy took a lot of the eastern coast of Spain. They took their islands, which are very strategical, and they recruited Portugal into their alliance. As for the rest of Spain, it is split between 7 countries, or in 7 countries better said, with the southern one actually being a new free country which is added to their alliance, but the other 6 countries up north, they are split in between 3 puppets, 3 going to Portugal, 3 going to Italy. And now, before we end the video, Italy has 2 more things to do. First of all, they annexed their French puppet state. Second of all, they will recruit Turkey in their alliance, getting a one last final ally. And with this, we are gonna end today's video. Now, I hoped to do a couple more things. I wanted them to go after the Balkan Pact between Romania and Serbia. Also, I planned for them to go into Africa, maybe cause some trouble there, maybe like take Tunisia, Algeria, Libya, but it is what it is. It is great either way, and this is now the Italian Empire. This time they succeeded, they got a lot of allies, and with this we end today's video. See you in the next one, and goodbye.